Hey, everybody, I have a question for you that is a big question, so pay attention. Is your child's gut health the missing link to all or most of their other health struggles? Okay, the answer is probably yes. And I know as a parent, there is nothing harder than watching your child struggle, whether it's with health or just anything in life. Maybe they're not focusing in school. Maybe it's behavioral things, and we don't consider those sometimes health issues, but they really are. Maybe your child struggles with tummy aches. Maybe it's skin issues. Maybe it's mood swings. Maybe it's picky eating or constant tummy aches or constipation. Maybe it's immune system issues, like they catch a cold and they can't kick it in a day or two, like some kids can. And it takes 2 or 3 weeks, or it's just recurring one after the other. Ear infections, asthma. The list could go on and on and on. And if you've been told that they'll grow out of it, and your gut is telling you something different, keep following your gut, because that's not the truth. The truth of the matter is we follow kids who have health struggles when they're little, like chronic ear infections and asthma and immune system disorders. We follow these kids until they're older, and usually they're going to be the ones that with higher likelihoods to end up with other things in their health. Okay, so that's fascinating to think about. They're not going to grow out of things. They just might be growing into and adapting and changing into newer struggles as they're older. Okay, so something really to think about and consider. Okay, in any age of kid, though, you can have food sensitivities, you can have behavioral changes, meltdowns and tantrums, and it might lead into anxiety and depression when they're a little bit older in their teenage years. Maybe it is tummy trouble specifically. Maybe it's bloating. Maybe it's constipation. If your kid is not using the restroom, going poop 1 to 2 times a day at really any age, something is going on. I don't care what you've been told, guys. Like going 1 to 2 to 3 days to a week at a time without a bowel movement is not normal, and it's actually really bad for you and your kids. Maybe they're struggling with sleep. They don't get to sleep. They don't stay asleep. They're waking up exhausted, irritable, things like that. Maybe it is the skin issues like acne and eczema and psoriasis and hives and rashes. And again, the immune system stuff I could talk about all day. All of these things that I just talked about, if that relates to you and your kids at all, it can be and likely is connected to their gut and an imbalance in their gut. Now, here's the good news. The body is incredibly smart, and especially in kids are resilient, and they can adapt and change quicker than we old people, you and me adults that are probably listening to this, right? So that's cool to know. You just need to know what to do and how to do it. And I specialize in helping parents like you guys uncover what's really going on in your kid at a root cause level. Because are you sick of like throwing over the counters at them for allergies and cough medicines and fever reducers? Maybe it's antibiotics for ear infections and other things that are going on. Sometimes necessary and needed, don't get me wrong. But we're handing these things out like candy, and it's really, really detrimental to our kids' health. Okay, so in functional medicine, we're getting to the root cause, is like what's actually causing these symptoms, and let's correct it at that level so that way you don't have to band-aid and throw things at it like that. There's no guessing. There's no one size fits all. Just real answers, real support, real help for your little ones, okay? Because when their gut feels better but functions better, more importantly, everything else can change for them and for you. Because as a parent, if you're stressed out about this stuff, that's affecting your health too. I've seen households improve in their lifestyle, their health, when I help one person in that house. Okay, if you're ready to get to the root cause and finally stop this crazy, vicious cycle of just trial and error and not really having the answers and support that you need, just email me, drscott@drscottfm.com, or DM me, message me somewhere on socials, and let's just set up a free discovery call. Let's just chat about this, whether it's for you, whether it's for your kids or your entire family. All you need is some of the information to make a wise, educated decision, and I'd love to do that with you. All right, everybody, have a great day. Bye.